There aren't many games where you get to ride a tiger griffin, make out with death, climb up your own intestines, and talk to a taco man from the future. Get ready for a descension into lunacy with Deadpool, the merc with the mouth.
Hey, this is my jam.
You can't sing.
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. You dicks hang out here often?
See, he's like an angel.
You like tacos, Wade?
I'm crazy for trying and crazy.
Nuts, this is gonna hurt. You know what Daddy likes.
Deadpool is perfect for video games, isn't he?
Yeah, if ever there was a character to take a genre and turn it on its head, it's Deadpool.
Oh, we love side-scrollers.
This is a third-person brawler, and we'll get to the gameplay in a minute, but first, let's talk about who Deadpool is and how they've approached him here.
You know why I love the internet? Because it's just like me.
Vulgar, combative, and contradictory?
Overflowing with perversion and stupidity? Yes, and yes.
He's an unstable mercenary and an anti-hero who likes to break the fourth wall and talk to you directly, when he's not talking to the voices in his head.
And he's such a beloved comic book character. I've just started reading the comics myself, and I can absolutely see why.
Wait. Are you stuck in there?
Deadpool's job is to go left when everyone else is going right, and to do it with violence and hilarity, no exceptions.
It's a music game.
You just never know what to expect with him, do you? There's a maniacal joy to his insanity, and he says and does things that I think we all wish we could say and do in video games anyway.
We cannot fly.
Well, it is good to have dreams, though.
Yeah, I find him strangely relatable,
Well, you are a bit of a man-child, Bajo.
which I take as a compliment. Thank you.
I did not expect to find this game so funny, but I really did.
Is your primary means of transportation belly flops?
Yeah, the surreal insanity of this game and some of the game design reminds me a lot of a Suda51 game, except actually funny. Deadpool is voiced by no other than Nolan North, who you might know as Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series.
Nolan, hey, what's up, buddy?
He's voiced him before and nails it here again.
That sounds awesome, Deadpool. Listen, I had a different take on it.
Yeah, well, f*** you, Nolan.
And as a testament to Nolan's skill as a voice actor, I didn't even pick it was him until after the game had finished.
Neither did I. In fact, I think this is some of his best work. So the story begins with Deadpool wanting to be in a video game. He calls the developer of this game, High Moon Studios, to talk business.
We're gonna pass on your big game idea.
After some explosive convincing, the game begins and Deadpool is off on his first contract.
Yoink.
My favourite part of this whole first section is that he wasn't happy with how it ended, so he rewrites the whole thing, blowing the game's budget, and then he's forced into this.
Oh, I love old 8-bit games.
There's a pop culture reference and gag at every turn, and of course plenty about video games.
Pull that lever to open the gate. Okay, I'm pulling this lever right here to open the gate. This lever.
High Moon Studios have just completely embraced this character, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, the writing is witty and fast-paced, and it's like they've just thrown in every idea they could think of to keep this game fresh and crazy at all times.
My website got 15 million hits the weekend we announced. 1 million one? 1 million two?
This is the same developer who brought us the recent Transformers game, and the fan service was excellent there too.
Now let's roll out.
Wrong franchise, buddy.
Wolverine!
There are also backstories in the characters he meets. If you're quick enough, you can hit a QuickTime event during the character introductions and get an awesome comic book catch-up on who they are. Deadpool is also known for liking the ladies, and while this doesn't quite enter Duke Nukem territory, it's certainly a tough line for a developer to walk. But, you know, most of the women in this game don't want to have a bar of him anyway, and I guess that constant rejection is part of his charm.
Number one fangirl is
Yeah, I read an interview with studio head Sean Miller who said that Deadpool is never coming from a place of abuse or meanness, and political correctness just doesn't even enter his mindset. He just genuinely loves women.
She needs to absorb our healing factor.
Rogue, there's no time to explain, but we gotta suck face like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, he's a complicated guy, and most of the lewd bits are his own hallucinations anyway.
I think Deadpool is at his best when he's not listening to anyone, especially his on-again, off-again sidekick Cable.
Oh God, here he goes again. He's not here 10 seconds before he starts boring us with his dire warning from the future crap.
Sinister has knocked out the X-Men by broadcasting.
This could explain a critical plot point.
The survival of Earth entirely depends on...
What are we doing again?
Deadpool often doesn't know what he's even meant to be doing in a level and just plows through, making fun of everyone and everything, from level design
Does Tube have an end?
to mechanics like quick time events to his X-Men friends.
Ooh, vertigo. I'm gonna get dizzy.
A highlight for me was being able to slap Wolverine in the face 20 times.
He just kept going, and there's so many great moments like that in this game, but I don't really want to spoil the gags.
Well, now that we've talked about all the awesome stuff, let's get to the stuff they didn't quite get right. We reviewed this on 360, and visually, it's not very strong, and many of the locations have that sewery or warehousey feel to them. Level design will often leave you a little confused, and you can always tell when corners have been cut with the player direction, when a game relies on gems to lead you on the right path. I didn't mind the gems thing so much because I feel like they made a lot of concessions here so they can have all of the crazy stuff.
Yeah, and it does play into the gaminess of everything, so they get away with it a little bit. And they do use clever, subtle colour coding to subconsciously lead you through certain areas or help you work out where you need to jump to.
Yeah, and at one particular point towards the end of the game, you're sent into this area where you have to get teleported around a lot, and it's a bit grindy, and it's just rocking along at such a good pace until that point, and then it really just halts the whole game.
The combat has some pretty big issues as well. You have 3 weapons, scythes, swords, and hammers. They all feel quite different to wield, but only the scythes feel fluid and fun. The unlocks are rewarding though, I mean each one mattered, and it's a fun skill tree to fill out.
Yeah, I think they nailed the gunplay though. It's always hard having gunplay and swordplay in the same kind of combat. But they've done a good job here of balancing it so that you want to lock on and readjust for those rewarding headshots. It would have been nice to have a bit more variety in the combat. I think it's safe to say that it's pretty average.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most spectacular gameplay overall, and you may encounter the odd glitch or dodgy animation, but mostly Deadpool is about the lols, and there's plenty to be had.
Hey, aren't you gonna make a joke about us putting our thing in that thing?
That's too easy.
So much so that you'll likely find yourself forgiving the flaws pretty quickly just to get to that next joke.
Skeletons with outrageous French accents.
Well, we should wrap this up, but I think it's fair to point out that this game was more than twice the price on console than it is on PC, and I don't think that's fair because it wasn't really a AAA game, it's not quite 6 hours long, and I don't think I can recommend the console version.
Yeah, I mean, this is a trend we're seeing more and more with digital download PC games lately, but, you know, since we reviewed the console version, I think we should score that, and based on that, I'm giving it 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I had a great time with this game, but I'm going to give the console version 6.5 out of 10 as well.
Roll credits. We're done here.